Hello ladies and gentlemen, here's the next video today, and we're going to talk about something pretty crazy. We had the Arizona thing that I also wanted to talk about too, which I will, but this one kind of takes precedent over everything. So this happened about last week, to where a man was attacked by a guy called Austin Simon, and yeah, he seems to be a very bad dude. Now we'll go over a video very briefly on exactly kind of what happened so you guys can kind of know. I won't be showing the actual full video because obviously it's quite violent and I would be, removed from YouTube from it. But I will show exactly kind of like the implication or whatever that did take place. So as we go here, I will now show this video to you guys that really took place here. Gotta go back, and probably just will only show the one thing here. And let it load. Yes, obviously. And I'm not gonna show the actual content. Well, I mean, actually. Notice how this is how this guy is in like a fighting posture here. And this man's just sitting there doing nothing. Now look, he attempts to flee, right? He actually attempts to flee and just walk away. He grabs him, and then there we go. So that being said, yeah, that kind of makes a lot of sense onto why this would be self-defense. He actively tried to retreat, and of course the New York DA, by the way, tried to put this guy in jail and put a $500,000 bond. Now, I'm going to show you the actual article here. A Gofundme deletes page for New York City's Bodega clerk who fatally stabbed attacker. Gofundme has deleted the legal defense fund page for the hardworking Manhattan bodega worker holed up at Rikers Island on a whopping $250,000 bond after he fatally stabbed a violent ex-con he was trying to fend off. Josh Alba, 51, is currently languishing behind bars at the notorious jail despite surveillance video capturing the alleged victim, Austin Simon, 35, storming behind the counter of the bodega attack to him Friday night. Alba's family insists he was acting in self-defense, which he was, and when he grabbed a knife to fight off Simon inside the Hamilton Heights grocery. Yeah, well, this guy's like 65, right? So, obviously, no, 51. And obviously, he's getting attacked. I don't know about you, but anybody in this type of situation is going to actively defend themselves like this. You can't have guns or anything, right? Because they removed the right to constitutional carry in New York. So, by that standard, all you have is a knife, and now you're going to jail, so you defended yourself? Yeah, good job, New York. You're a really great place to be at. Relatives immediately launched a GoFundMe page to help raise funds to cover Alba's sky-high bail and legal fees after he was hit with a second-degree murder charge. But the page was mysteriously removed Wednesday night. Our terms of service prohibit fundraising for the legal defense of a violent crime. At this time, the fundraiser has been removed and all donors have been refunded. GoFundMe said in a statement Thursday. The page had already raised $20,000 for Alba when it was suddenly removed, they reported. Alba's family insists he was acting in self-defense when he grabbed the knife to Simon. And then, under GoFundMe's terms of services, the platform can't be used for the legal defense of alleged crime associated with hate, violence, harassment, bullying, discrimination, and terrorism. Which this was not a crime. This was a self-defense thing. He was actively attacked. This is the reason why, guys, you don't use GoFundMe. GoFundMe is garbage. Stop using that site. Controversial Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg has faced backlash over Alba's case after his office brought the charges and then pushed for $500,000 bail for the father of three at his arraignment Saturday. We will defend this man until United Bodegas of America President Radames Rodriguez told the Post on Thursday. The attacker went behind the counter. Alba doesn't deserve to be in jail. It's not right. It's very sad. Rodriguez vowed to launch a new GoFundMe to help cover Alba's legal fees and planned to rally outside the DA's office in Lower Manhattan next week. Go ahead and do it, brother. Like, this needs to be pushed immediately. It's absolutely insanity that this is even happening. This should be a easy, no-shut, self-defense case, no questions asked. But of course in New York, in any liberal city by the way, your right to self-defense is therefore mute, so therefore you don't have the right to defend yourself. Remember, Californians, such as myself and everybody else that's living here, and New Yorkers, you don't have the right to defend yourself, because if you do against a convict, you'll be put in jail. Yeah, that's great. Maybe you might want to start changing your voting styles. Oh wait, never mind, because you voted for this bullshit. These bodegas, mom and pop shops, this could have happened to me. It could have happened to anyone, said Rodriguez, who runs a bodega in the Bronx with his wife and son. Let me guess. So, I'm going to assume that you guys may be Democrat, right? I'm going to assume. Or maybe you voted in these type of people. Just going to assume. If you did, then you are part of the problem, and you're the reason why your father is in jail. Now, granted, I don't want him in jail. I don't want this to happen, because it's obviously a self-defense. The guy was a lunatic, he was actually trying to hurt this guy. But, you get what you deserve when you vote these people in. Change your voting tactics, and you might see some difference here. Rodriguez said he's also seeking help from the National Rifle Association to help strategize on making it easier for bodega owners to apply legally obtained pistols for the city to defend themselves. We're going to defend ourselves, Rodriguez said. Alba's daughter, Yusalissa, doubled down on the self-defense argument, telling the Post Wednesday it was either him or the guy at the moment. She added, he's never hurt anybody. He's never had an altercation where he had to defend himself. This is the first time for him. And this is going to keep on happening in New York, by the way, because the crime is rising in New York, and the right to defend yourself is being actively removed. So this is going to happen a lot more often. Twitter was also awash with criticism of the DA's handling of the case, with some arguing it is a miscarriage of justice, and others calling Mayor Eric Adams to step in. Considering all the crime that's occurring in our city, I am disgusted that you would decide to prosecute a citizen protecting yourself, one enraged Twitter user wrote. Please help free Jose Alba. The decision by Man DA to pursue this case is a miscarriage of justice. Mr. Alba shouldn't spend another moment incarcerated, another tweeted. Alba, who has no known criminal record, is facing 15 to 25 years in prison of convicted of second-degree murder. The attack unfolded after the clerk who moved to the U.S. from the Dominican Republic 30 years ago got into the argument with Simon's girlfriend over a bag of chips. The girlfriend had tried to buy a snack for her 10-year-old daughter when her debit card declined, cops said. She claimed Alba grabbed the bag of chips out of her daughter's hand so she ran home to alert Simon. Footage of the attack shows Simon storming into the bodega about 10 minutes later and shoving him against the wall. The clerk then reached for a knife and stabbed Simon at least 5 times, according to a criminal complaint. Simon, who was on a parole for assaulting a cop at the time, later died from his injuries. Good. I don't care for these people. You actively attack somebody, you should face retribution. And of course, he was charged for all of this. And now, we're going to go to what we actually have here. Austin had previously served his sentence for killing a police officer after killing a police officer and beating him. Additionally, he has been arrested 8 times before, including for robbery, assault, and violence during a domestic quarrel. The attack started when the Dominican-born shopkeeper who had lived in the U.S. for 30 years got into a fight with Austin's girlfriend over a bag of chips. Numerous users assert that Jess Alba is innocent and that he did his best to defend himself on social media. For the time being, see how the New York DA handles the case. So, yeah. We're just kindly gonna say here that, this is a huge act of misjustice. It's absolutely disgusting that this is happening, and it just makes me hate fucking New Yorkers. It really does. Because the only reason why this has happened is because of the New Yorkers putting these people in. Because of people like this. It's so disgusting, man. It's so actively disgusting. I'm hoping this man is released from jail. I am hoping that this man, actively does not is able to be freed and does not serve and is able to clear all of his charges. This is completely asinine. I cannot believe this is happening. Another reason why we live in New York City, guys. Garbage state, garbage people. But I guess you get what you deserve, right? Like, share, subscribe. Well, first off, that's it. That's the end of the video. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.